Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald and welcome to this week's edition of Team Wealth Builders. Well, spring clean. Let's talk about that. Spring has sprung, as you know, and it's caught up on us so quickly. 2014 is coming towards a close. Have you done your spring clean? The most important thing I remind people of is habits. And the most important habit is what you put in your mouth and what comes out of your mouth. Now let's think about that. What you put in your mouth, you've got to make sure it's alkalized. We need to have a pH balance that's alkaline rather than acidic. Why? Because all the data points to cancer being caused by acidity. And guess what? When you are stressed, whatever you put in your mouth can become acidic because of the saliva in your mouth as you swallow it. Remember Brian Morley talking about that at Kickstart at the start of the year. Fantastic webinar, by the way, or I should say fantastic testimonial from Brian in that regard. So what are the things that I can suggest to you that would help you as a spring clean? First of all, think about the detox. Just getting that habit of what you put into your mouth out of your system. The four big issues: cats, caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, sugar. Take a break from them for 30 days. 14 days if you have to, but 30 is even better. Sugar's the big one, as you know, and that is no processed sugar, having refined sugar. It makes a huge difference. Then if you're going to alkaline your body, majority vegetables, 75% vegetables, 25% meats and protein. Now, there's protein in vegetables, bok choy, kale, all those sorts of things. So it's not as though you're going to miss out on protein. It's just that the majority of what you're going to eat is vegetables. What this does is just flushes your body and really does make a difference, make a change. So think about that, alkalizing your body, and the CATS challenge: caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, sugar. Think about doing it for 1 month. Good to do it before Christmas, so that you can go into Christmas cheer having broken the cycle. Because the other habit is what comes out of your mouth. Remember what goes in and what comes out. Now, how these are related is what comes out of your mouth can actually cause you stress. That is the negativity that you speak and the opinion for you to be competitive and judgmental. I don't go online. I don't go online and look at anything, because to me it's just people venting, just junk. I was watching a thing on YouTube, U2 the other day, and they were talking about how they gave their new album to 500 million people, but there was some called backlash, and they asked Bono about the backlash, and he said that's all the angry people venting. And that's often the people online. You can't get caught up in that. That's a tangled web. There's angry people everywhere, and they're angry because they're angry and they want something to vent about. As Bill Gates said, lesson number one in life, and this is from Bill Gates: life is unfair. Get used to it. So what do we got to do? We've got to make sure what comes out of our mouth is positive. See the good in things. See the opportunity, see the optimism in things, because that creates a balance where it's almost the pH balance, the alkaline, where it de-stresses things and it shuts down this monkey mind. So think about those things, starting with what goes in and what comes out, but measure it. There's only truth in numbers. You can measure your stress, obviously, and you can obviously measure your alkaline. Go to the chemist, get a pH, put it under your tongue. If you're lower than 7.5, higher than 7.5, will tell you your alkaline acidity balance. Australians are a great group of people, but we use more antidepressants than just about any group of people in the world, I think, other than Iceland. And they got some weather to complain about. We ain't got that. So we've got to think to ourselves, hey, are we really being serious about that? Now, this is Team Wealth Builders, so I'm talking specifically to you. What are you doing to break some of the habits that might have been instilled over winter, over that hibernation period? And it might be just eating that extra piece of chocolate, the sugar, having that extra coffee, having one more glass of wine, all those sorts of things. Just add up and add up and add up to a stage now where you need a circuit breaker. And the same with our judgmental, or I should say, being bombarded by all the negativity and all the opinions of going online. Get off that. Have a break from it. How long for? Have a break from it forever. You know, I mean, you don't need it. You certainly don't need it in your life. So think about those two things. What comes in and what goes out. Thanks for listening to me.